Okay, so let's go to Mahavid now. And yeah, we can just go straight to landing. Okay, so in terms of who we would like to bring with us to Mahavid for this mission for Leviathan, we have, think, generally speaking, we're going to want to pick people who are good against armor. So that means Garrus obviously can penetrate, might be 100% of armor defenses, so he's great for that reason, as he pretty much always is. That you don't need me to tell you that. Edie, less so. Does she have Incinerate? Hold on. She does. So in theory, with Incinerate, she wouldn't be a terrible idea, but you'd be relying pretty heavily on that skill specifically. Tally, not so much. Probably not the best fit for her. Liara, biotic combos do a lot of damage to armor, so she wouldn't be a bad idea. Javik, similarly, also does biotic-y stuff. In his case, he perhaps is, he's a little less extreme from a biotic standpoint, because he can carry assault rifles, so maybe, since we haven't used him nearly as much as we've used Liara, we might opt to use him. We can still do the biotic combos with Javik as well. James, with the Carnage, that's good against armor. Incendiary ammo, also very good against armor. So he's also a solid option as well. And Ashley, weapons damage works in pretty much any situation. She has the Typhoon, she has Marksman, she has passives that give her a bunch of additional weapons damage, so in that way, yeah, she can shoot things dead pretty much regardless of what type of defenses they have, so she can definitely work as well. Pretty much what that means is you probably don't want to bring Tally. At least, she might not be as effective from a gameplay standpoint. Edie, depending on to what extent you can work with Incinerate, can you set that up for fire explosions, then that could be useful. But I'm thinking, this mission can be a little bit difficult. So for that reason, I think we'll go no nonsense here to a certain extent. We'll take Garrus, but then rather than doing our tried and true combo of Garrus plus Liara, which we have done countless times already, let's mix it up at least a little bit and throw in someone who we have not used quite as often, as I was saying, that being Javik. So I think this can work. Then, in terms of our loadouts, this probably remains unchanged. Unless, as we've said previously, we want to switch around the armor piercing on the Hurricane, but since we don't have any way of getting armor piercing on the Acolyte, might be useful in case we find ourselves in need of shooting through cover, but we do have Shockwave now. We've started to upgrade a fair bit more, and that can also go through cover, so maybe that's not as much of a need. Either way, we'll stick with it, I suppose. Yeah, we'll stick with it. Then, this is for Garrus. Javelin. Some additional piercing, additional base damage with the mods. Looks good. Typhoon. Always looks good. Looks like the right mods. Then Javik can also go to Typhoon. That's one of the reasons why you could make a case for taking him over Liara. And Scorpion also looks good. In terms of powers here, we can upgrade Pull, but then again, upgrading Pull does not really do as much good. I think we're just going to wait until we can upgrade Shockwave, because that'll actually be useful. Last level, what are we looking at? Either recharge speed or lifting Shockwave, which is a bit of a meme. But, okay. It's already quite quick at 2.46 seconds. This, shaving off 0.27 seconds or whatever it was, that's maybe not even noticeable. So, we'll see. We'll see what we want to do there. But for Javik, it's been actually, maybe it hasn't been that long. We might have used him once somewhat recently, because he is at just 3 points here, so presumably we spent some of those not that long ago, but certainly still used him far less than Liara. So we're probably waiting to get his passive fully upgraded, because similar to what we were just saying with us, upgrading Pull further just doesn't really factor in all that much. Actually, for squad mates, the recharge time is not nearly as fast. We're talking 8 seconds versus 6.4 seconds. 8 seconds is still kind of a bit of a wait. 6.4 is not nearly as bad. So, for us, this is basically an instantaneous recharge, but not if we want squad mates to use pull. We might be stuck waiting before we can use their next ability, so maybe you can make a little bit more of a case for upgrading that, but I think it's not urgent right now. Actually, out of curiosity, what is the cooldown on Slam? Slam is 4.57 seconds, so if we need a quick recharge biotic ability, then Slam is actually our answer, not pull. And Dark Channel, that's a really long one, but this is one that you activate once and then you kind of forget about it because it has passive damage for 30-second duration. So, not as concerned about it. Then Lift Grenade doesn't have any cooldown. Grenade abilities inherently do not. Garrus also cannot upgrade further, I am afraid. Yeah. Probably looking to go Proxy Mine with his next level. Either get the damage or the radius. Alright, so I think, in that case, there's just not much for us to do at this stage. Any upgrades that we can make, we'd rather delay and upgrade something better later on.
We're about 5 minutes out, Commander.
What exactly is on this asteroid?
Mining facility. TGS Mineral Works. Small operation. Could be a good place for Leviathan to hide.
Okay. What else do we know about this place?
We've all read Edie's notes on Bryson's lab. Any questions?
Is there a clearer idea of what this Leviathan was?
Not really. We only know it killed a Reaper.
But it is this Garneau human, Bryson's partner, we must locate.
Right. If we find Garneau, we find Leviathan.
Understood.
Okay. It does seem like this Garneau and potentially Leviathan, if Leviathan is here as well, found a pretty remote location to hide out.
The doctor was right. Anything powerful enough to kill a Reaper needs to be investigated. I just hope Garneau has the answers we need.
I'm reading Reaper enemy signatures in the asteroid field.
Oh, that's not good.
Bryson said they were shadowing his field teams. If they're after Leviathan too, Reapers are a good sign.
I guess.
That's not something you hear every day.
But yeah, definitely not something you
Take a
hear
sip.
every day. Reapers, a good sign. Okay.
Don't go anywhere, Cortez. We'll grab this guy and be right out. Keep me updated on the Reaper situation.
Yes, Commander.
Something tells me it's not going to be that simple. Alright, before we forget, let's activate Garrus's armor piercing ammo. Technically, for Garrus, he has it just on his own weapon. He does not have squad ammo.
Got it.
So it's only going to affect him. But, nonetheless, might as well activate it now. I like how, we're on an asteroid, and therefore the asteroid does not have an atmosphere, so if we did not have some kind of bubble, we would just instantly get our all the water in our body boiled off. Unless we're wearing a very good spacesuit. But it is cool to see there's some kind of barrier up above that you can see kind of shimmer every now and again like that. So that is apparently the bubble they created to create a synthetic or a man-made atmosphere in here. Okay. Do we have any updates on our journal? Ooh. A little bit. Alex Garneau is missing on Mojave, which is under Reaper attack. Find Garneau and learn more about the Leviathan. Okay. Let's save. So that would suggest, if we are anticipating that we will run into enemies, they would likely be Reapers. Oh, also, Garrus, I know we were putting on your ammo for both your weapons, but let's have you guys both on the Typhoon. I heard a sound. It is a Reaper sound.
And it sounds like they brought some friends.
That they did. They did. Okay. We have a brute. If you hear that little roaring sound, I don't even know how to recreate it, but that is the brute sound. And so whenever you hear that sound, even if you don't see a brute yet, that should always immediately put you on alert of, okay, there should be a brute around here somewhere, either about to pop up, hopefully not right next to you, or about to round a corner somewhere. So yeah, that is of some significance. So we have 1 brute, 2 marauders. The brute actually, oddly enough, might be less threatening, because with armor, we can mess this guy up pretty quickly with warp plus throw, and Garrus can shred through him with his weapon fire as well, as can Javik. The problem is that the marauders we cannot deal with as easily because the shields prevent us from affecting them with biotics like Singularity. Throw and warp technically can kind of sort of work, but you know what we might want to do? Is we might want to deliberately prime the brute for a combo, and then hope that the explosion is big enough to stagger these marauders, and even if it doesn't, I mean, it's not going to kill them, it's not going to be enough to kill them, but we hope that that will be sufficient enough that maybe it gets rid of their shields, and then we can follow up with some bigger, better stuff. There's a stagger. So now, why don't we lift grenade with Javik? We'll get rid of possibly both of them. So he went flying. Now it's just the brute. And so this is what I was saying before. It is not as much of a threat. Took care of them pretty quickly. Whoa! Except there's another brute hanging out up there. Okay, just to prove my point. Curious to see how much damage we can have these guys do with their weapons.
The serious troops arrive.
It's likely the civilians will be frightened.
Okay, so yes, confirmation on that theory. Does appear as though if we are to run into any enemies here, and we have, they're going to be Reapers, at least to start off with. So the Reaper attack is real. Threat is real. Anything else we can learn about this facility? I mean, it does look a little bit beat up for what it's worth. Is that a medkit? It does appear to be a medkit. We're kind of close to leveling, and so the experience is potentially significant. Alright, and TGES Mineral Works, that's the company we're looking for. Mineral Extraction Wing, okay. I mean, the Reapers were right outside here. Presumably they were about to make it in. Reapers make this mess, or did these guys make the mess? Open sesame? Open sesame? Quiet. You would think the people at the facility would have something to say, would have some reaction to having Reapers on their doorstep.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. All guests need to sign in at reception.
They should be panicked.
They seem very calm and creepy. That stare. What the heck? Oh no, don't do the owl thing where you turn your head 180 degrees. They're way too chill for people that are currently being attacked by Reapers.
Commander Shepard of the Alliance. You just had Reaper troops attacking your front door.
Are they still there?
I've taken care of them for now.
I see. That will be all.
That will be...
What?
Hello?
Yes, welcome to TGS Mineral Works. How can we help you? Yes, for the tour. Please sign in.
Okay, this is creepy. Yeah, I'm with you, Arumi. This doesn't exactly seem right. What's going on here? These guys either seem like they're almost robotic in the way they're responding to us, almost zombie-like in the way that they're responding to us. What is the deal?
You don't seem worried about those Reapers. You know something I don't?
TGS Mineral Works is a small to mid-level supplier of tungsten to the galaxy.
That's not what I meant.
Are you familiar with the applications of tungsten?
That's not what we asked you about. We could use some help, though.
I'm looking for a researcher named Dr. Garneau. He would have arrived within the last couple weeks. If he's still here, I need to speak to him.
We have no Dr. Garneau.
Do you need to see a doctor?
How about I just go in and look around?
No. The access elevator is broken.
Why does it look like that guy just walked away and just broke that elevator a second ago to stop us?
Step away.
Step away. You don't belong here.
Something is wrong here.
I'm with you, Java.
Around. Careful.
Okay. The music is also quite creepy.
He was living in the ducts.
Where is he now?
Safe, locked up. He can't hurt us now.
What? What did you just say? Dr. Triffin, your appeal is denied, your resources are cut off, and you've been reassigned. Clean out your office and report to Dr. Lamb. There will be no further discussion on this matter. Dr. Triffin. Curious if we see Dr. Triffin here? Well, that also gave us some credits.
Excuse me.
You don't belong here.
Okay. Nice to meet you too. We press the button again? Well, can we go back here? What's up? How's it going, dude?
You can't be in here.
Sure about
I
that?
will call security.
I dare you.
Turn back. Return to your ship, Commander.
What are you gonna do about it?
Go.
What are you gonna do about it, huh? Nice security cameras you got here. You sure you aren't security? You gonna call yourself to deal with us? I doubt it. Okay, let's see. The tests reportedly pushed the subject past his emotional breaking point. Subject is currently in a catatonic state and being treated in hospital. All further tests planned for this subject have been cancelled. Moving forward, a new screening process will be put in place to prevent similar delays. What the heck? This is not a mining facility. That is not some kind of mining procedure they're talking about. Experimenting on humans, it would seem. Video tour. Okay, we can... Let's check out the video tour.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. Proud providers of tungsten since 2162.
Okay, anything else?
Interested in working with us?
No, not really.
Our facility to discover if TGS Mineral Works is right for you. Enter the facility to see our workforce in action.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works.
Okay.
Proud providers of tungsten since 2162.
Very off-putting.
Stranger and stranger.
We should repair the elevator.
Okay, so we need to go through here, but it's broken.
Malfunction detected. Elevator offline.
Alright, then. Anything else we can learn about this area? Because, that's the repair drone terminal, which sounds like the place where we can repair the elevator, but before we do so... Anyone else we can speak to? Yeah, maybe?
Did he die?
Yes, it was an accident, but he died.
I don't know what to think about that.
Okay. Okay. Just casually talk about someone who died on their job, it seems. But they don't know what to think about that. No.
I'm looking for a Dr. Garneau.
I don't know what you mean.
Not I don't know who that is. I don't know what you mean. That is not the response that a normal human would have to that. What the heck? Something is definitely not right with this place. Okay, I guess we'll repair the door now, but suspicions abound.
I'll set the drone to repair the elevator, but we have to stay with it.
Okay, so we need to guide the drone. This is actually what appears to be very similar to a Mass Effect 3 multiplayer objective, where you have to escort a drone across the map, and that means you have to stay within the radius of that circle there in order to make it happen. And seems like, so usually that means it'll only move while you're in that radius, and if you're outside it, then it will just stay still. But obviously, there's no reason to step out of that radius right now. But that appears to have repaired the elevator. See, access granted, security log past 7 days. Jan Randall, Alex Garneau, that's the person we're looking for, that's a good sign. Stephen Bragg, we heard that name? Fiona Triffin, we saw Triffin, that was the name on one of the data pads we were reading previously. They were supposed to leave, I thought is what we read. Okay. Okay. If you say so.
The elevator security log said Garneau came through here in the last week. Why are they lying about that?
True.
No idea. Let's hope we don't have to look too far.
The log would suggest that Garneau was here recently, and yet nobody knows who Garneau is, seemingly, nor will they tell us where this Garneau went. And when we asked them, they said, I don't know what you're talking about. It's weird. It's so weird. On so many levels. That's dramatic music. Okay. Adds to the general sense of uneasiness. For sure. Anything over here? Oh, what's this? A data pad? Okay, can we learn more? After comparing the stomach contents of Varen from 8 different regions, we must reevaluate our current understanding of their feeding practices. What the heck? Varen, I mean, we've seen them before. They're generally a wild creature that have been, I mean, I think they're native to Tuchanka, but have spread across the galaxy to various other planets. But the fact that they're researching Varen stomach contents, when this is supposed to be a mining facility, it is very clear this is not a mining facility. Even if there are these crates and mining carts full of some sort of stone and metal, looks like they're trying to cover something up here. Perhaps that's why everyone is acting so odd. Door here for the mineral lab, and a door here for the also mineral lab. Okay, oh, what's this? Another video tour. Is it the same as what we saw before, or is this one different?
To the mineral lab.
It is different.
Our researchers are always hard at work.
I'm sure they are.
Tungsten is remarkably versatile. We're endlessly finding exciting ways to improve and expand our operations.
Is tungsten a metaphor? Is every time they say tungsten, are they actually meaning something entirely different? I mean, of course, on the surface level, you could just say, oh, well, clearly it's just a lie about tungsten, and that's not actually what they're doing here. Maybe just dismiss it altogether, but if you replace tungsten for a different word, does suddenly that unlock the key and everything makes sense? Let's keep our eyes and ears peeled for that. I feel like there's a non-zero chance that might actually be the case. Okay, then we have seemingly a door on either side, both of which appear to lead to the mineral lab, so I don't know, we'll go through this one. Okay, more people. So they were just hanging out here when there was a broken elevator separating them from the rest of the company, and nobody did anything to repair that until we arrived? Okay. Okay. Crew quarters.
This is a restricted area. Personnel ID number is required.
Locked at the moment.
I don't have that.
Access denied.
Until we get some kind of personal ID number, perhaps? Oh, this looks like an Asari. Okay, Okay, so it's not purely humans. That, I don't know, maybe that tells us something.
Have you seen Dr. Garneau?
You shouldn't be here.
Evolutionary implications of human biotics.
So is it just me, or are these people doing everything but mining?
I'm with you, Garrus. I'm with you, Garrus. And Javik. It kind of cut off Javik a little bit there, so his volume went way down, but maybe we can read more here about what's happening. Note to staff. This new crossbreed appears harmless. The fact that you have to distinguish that this crossbreed of some variety appears harmless suggests that you might have otherwise assumed that it was not harmless, which means whatever research you're doing is potentially dangerous and would be inconspicuous in an office environment. However, it is exceedingly dangerous. Use extreme caution when working with all third-generation plants. What the heck? They're breeding deadly plants? Plants that look harmless, but in fact are extremely deadly? Alright. Add that to the list of very strange things.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here.
Okay. Now, you know, there was the Ardat Yakshi mission that we did a little while back that we were saying did bring some horror themes to the mission. So a lot of them, in fact. Getting a little bit of that here as well. To whoever is moving my stuff, some of the data I've been compiling on how historical weather events affect Hanar government have gone missing. Hanar government? You ever seeing all this stuff about genetic research and stomachs of Varen and deadly plants? And now you're researching how weather affects the Hanar government? If you moved it, please return it. It is the culmination of years of research. If you need me to help you find space for your project, just ask. I'd be happy to help. Hannes. So yeah, I mean, like Garrus said, everything but mining, seemingly. Very odd. That's just standing here. Doesn't seem to want to speak to us.
The brain pain threshold before psychosis is too high.
What if the brain stimuli is applied more quickly?
Interesting. We should look into that.
What? What? The Turian pain threshold, and maybe you just apply the pain more quickly? Then it'll be fine? Elevator exit. Oh, this is the other door that we could have gone through, I suppose. Oh, hello.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here.
Steel Wolf, you might be right about that. You might be right about that.
Even estimating 60 days for complete global starvation. That's the merciful route.
Absolutely. That's the data to use.
Just casually talk about starvation of the entire world in 60 days. That's the safe data to use. What they should use, for sure. Yeah, just, you know, average water cooler talk. Nothing to see here. Security console. Does this tell us where we are? Okay, hold on. Science offices, crew quarters. So the crew quarters are currently locked to us. Mineral lab is where we came through. Security station, that might be where we are right now. And then if we go further, we can see there's a medical bay. Can't see what that is, just some kind of hallway. Then beyond the medical bay, transit station.
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for access.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't have one.
Access denied.
Dude just casually stared at the wall, as one does when one is working. Mineral lab. This is presumably another way into security that we can't yet go through. What? Colonies disappear all the time.
Turn back. You don't belong here.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
Yeah, everyone's just staring at us. Staring us down. Their galaxy image is has gone away. Caution. Let's see what this datapad says. Due to an increase in electrical storm activity, communications with the beta site research team have been delayed. We ask all those awaiting data to please be patient. Current forecasts indicate that the storms will dissipate by the end of the week. Regular communications will resume at this time. Honestly, that's probably the most normal datapad that we've read thus far. This just sounds like, oh, you know, they're just doing research on a different planet, and there's some extreme weather there, so they need to be mindful of that because that can affect their communications. That's totally normal. And for a mining company that's supposedly local to this asteroid, maybe a little less so, but it's comparatively much more excusable than, oh, you know, world starvation in 60 days. Yeah, that's the data we should use. These plants, oh yeah, they look harmless. They're actually extremely deadly, especially the 3rd generation. A door we might be able to bypass there. If not, well, it appears to be perhaps the only thing we can... Oh no, hold on, there's some stuff up here. Another video tour! Oh man, just what I was looking for. Lovely. I bet you do. A whole bunch of varieties.
Smart minds, smart business. Primary research interests include improving extraction practices and enhancing product quality.
Of everything other than, what was it, tungsten?
Our tour will continue outside the medbay.
Okay. We can go through Sector 4 here. Okay. Research development? Hey, researcher. How's it going?
You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, you're like the 10th person to tell us that. Making us feel really welcome. Really welcome.
TGS Mineral Works is focused on...
Oh, that's a picture of us. It's a live picture of us. It's a video of us. Okay. Yeah, even the video tours. Pretty creepy. Hey, researcher dude. What do you have on this datapad? TGES Personnel Review. Brown, Jeremy. Personnel ID. Oh, this gives us a personal ID number to get into that other room. 23195, Sector E Maintenance. Since applying recent feedback, your work has shown a vast improvement. Your work with the corrupted skin samples we acquired was impressive. You are being given a promotion and a raise in security access level. Thank you for your hard work. This review is confidential. Employees are encouraged not to leave reviews in the view of others, like you just did.
Personnel ID.
Okay, so that should let us get into that other room, I would think. Yeah, you know, I get the feeling they don't want us to be here.
Turn back, Commander.
That's the first person to refer to us as Commander, I think. First person to make any acknowledgement of who we are. Everyone else, I feel like, just had a totally generic response. Also, guys, we're trapped in here. You could, like, not stand exactly where you're standing right now. We are legitimately trapped in this room right now, unless you guys move. Thank you. Like, oh, okay, so this is how it ends, huh? Not how I saw this played out, but apparently. Forget about all the creepy people working here. In the end, it is our squad mates trapping us in this room for the rest of our lives. Okay, what is... This is the medical bay.
This is a restricted area. An active patient file number is required.
I don't have that.
Access denied.
Okay. Maintenance garage. Anything else while we're in the area that we ought to look at? That was the datapad. We've read that. Spoke to you. Nothing else in this corner. Okay. Okay, carry on. I think we'll head back to that place where we needed to have the ID number to go through, because we do now have that. Try that video tour. Do all of them track us now with a video?
TGS Mineral Works has an eye on the future. Cutting-edge research.
Yeah, that's the same thing we heard before. Okay, at least it's not like everything is now watching us. I mean, these people still are. These people still are, though. Yeah, they're either staring at walls or staring at us. It's back right here, I thought. Crew quarters is what we were looking for, I believe.
ID 231-95.
Access granted.
There we go. Now we're in business. Okay, what are we looking at? What do we have here? What do we have? Ooh, several things. A datapad. Quality of the ore samples from Sector 4 are tapering off. As of 1-15-2175, that area will begin decommissioning procedures. Head of Mining Operations, Del Closemeyer. For what it's worth, the year in game is 2185 or 86? Somewhere around there. So that was 10-ish years ago. Also, pistol ultralight materials upgrade. We tend not to need those very much because our pistol is already very light. But... oh. Okay. Oh, and a datapad here. Hold on. Is there anything else in the area? What are these? Are these lockers? I think those are lockers? What do we have here? December 23rd, 2178. So yeah, again, this was several years ago. Andrea, I miss you. Why won't you return my emails? Your mother is very ill and needs to see you. I love you. Come home soon. Dad. Huh. Okay. Check this one, right? This was the one that was actually about mining. The first time we've actually seen something in detail about mining here. Okay. Now I think... do we suddenly have access to the security area? Now that we have that ID?
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for
We might have that?
I don't have one.
We don't have that. Out of curiosity. No updates there. Okay. Oh, what we can see, though, is look once again at the map now that we've actually been to these places. So let's see. We picked up the ID. I think it was down here-ish, right near the medbay, but we weren't able to go into the medbay because we needed additional security to do that. Then we just went into the crew quarters. Did we find anything that will now give us access to the medbay? So we can't go in here. That's one area that was locked off. It's like a Metroidvania, man. Can we bypass this? Possibly. Yes. High velocity SMG barrel. That is something that we are actually currently using on our SMG. So that's very nice. And then this datapad. Okay, what's this? Looks important.
Attention. Comm system is offline. This message was not sent.
Bryson, it's Garno. I've had to go into hiding, and I need you to come get me. I found
What?
one of those artifacts here. More important than we realized. It's in the mines. Here's the nav point. That's where I'll be. If something happens, I'm attaching a passcode that I hacked together. It'll open any security terminal.
Oh.
Bryson, something is very wrong here. Please hurry. Garno out.
So, he's still here. Do we have that passcode hack?
Yes. Just input it at the security terminal.
Okay. So he's still here. These guys are still staring us down. He appears to still be here. He appears to have identified what we identified long ago, that this place, clearly something is very wrong. So, hopefully he has more information than we do.
Punch in Garno's terminal hack and see what it gets us.
Access granted.
A ship dropped him off a week ago.
Looks like he had full access, then went into hiding for some reason.
Okay. Huh?
Unknown male was involved in an altercation in the mines.
This Garno human was headed to the mines.
Looks like he was taken to the medbay.
You are in the mineral lab, a low security, all access area. The medbay is restricted to authorized personnel with active patient file numbers.
I've got the file number.
Let's go get Garneau.
Okay. Hello, random researcher. Don't mind us out of curiosity. Getting close to level.